Camera one is live. Camera two is live.
Thank you for joining us in, and we would like to learn from you that we might take our youth and we might prepare for the upcoming year.
Their Majesties welcome you therefore to the landed nobility of the outlet, the Baron and Baroness of Kerta.
Majesties, Your Excellencies, good nobles and gentles all, now before you come to hear Al-Razi and Rivka Vladimirovna Rivkina, Baron and Baroness of the venerable and mighty Kerta.
Baroness of Alvarad.
Your Majesty, I present to you from the heart of your kingdom, Adriana de Toronte, Baroness of Overall.
Baron and Baroness of Dragonfly.
Your Majesty, Excellencies, good Marquis all, here now come before you, the Baron and Baroness of Dragonfly, Suelamo, Bartolo, Akendota, and Adelasia Bournois.
Baron and Baroness of the Citadel of the Southern Pass.
Outlands from the deepest, darkest parts of the outlands. Far, far and warmer. Joel and Carlos coming to this court. Honored to be here this day. south, keepers of Cal, and bringers of peace to the north by encouraging friendship. Because of that.
Baroness and Baroness of Winterhofer.
Forward from the northern region, flowing with the cool morning breeze, a gentle melody falls upon thine ears. Kita and Sophia, the baronesses of Winterhofer, bring greetings and cheer before their majesties.
Baron and Baroness of Kerguelen.
Your Majesties, gathered excellencies, and good populace all! We come to you on this day, the day of your heir's coronation, and ask you for a favor. The favor we ask is to keep your kingdom in your hearts, and keep your spirits high as you step down from your seats on this auspicious, somber yet joyous day. It is my pleasure to present to you the keepers of the Valley of Song and the ringleaders of the three-ring circus that is here daily. Wolfgang Sebastian Kohlhammer and Rowena Cobra, Baron and Baroness of here daily.
Baron and Baroness Martel.
Majesties, excellencies, nobles of the greatest kingdom in the known world. Look to the horizon. The eagles are here. I bring news. The passes are open. The river flows freely, and your Majesty's bridge is secure.
We are now open the final court of Simon, Aria, Roth, and Ren of the Outland. Your Majesty's wishes to make yourself comfortable. Your Majesty's wish to know that on January 17th, 2026, Gloria, Simon, and Aria, Roth, and Ren of the Outland have issued the sanction of removal from the royal presence against Sir Lothar McCoy, mundanely known as Tide Rider.
Thank you all so much for joining us on this amazing day. Our time on the thrones has been packed with joy and love, and not a little bit of work. But in every bit of it has been worth it. I would not trade this experience with anything in my life. And everybody in this room has had a part to play in that. And I thank you all. Our lives have been touched by so many of you that I can scarcely even think or remember. And this has been one of the single greatest experiences of my life. And all of you are the reasons for that. I would take just a moment. We have lost friends. We have people that are no longer with us. And I would just ask everybody to take a moment, take a little reflection on those would also ask that you all to take a minute to remember that this is our chosen family. We are all family, and take a moment to thank, hug, kiss, show love in whatever way you choose to do so to those people that make your lives and our lives so much richer. We can get caught up in all of the busyness of our lives and sometimes forget to say thank you. And I would like to say thank you to every one of you.
We do not have much. And then our love to all of us. You are what has made that special.
Her Majesty calls forward Lord Sylvester de Messina, sorry, Roberto de Messina, and Lady Brian Canoja. I do not remember. Aelia.
Let's go.
Cheers to the service of these fine vessels with hip. His Majesty has need of Master Abram in Oswaldo, Sir Reader in Baku, Mistress Terza Andersdottir, Mistress Dragonbook, Rogosuna Kanakova, Neslatisa Aishi Alumaya, Master Batu Mongo, Dome Yagu Tetsuya, Lord Lupula Rabo Sunu, Noble Shirin Sasan, Lord Reinhardt, Master Balthazar, Mary Gervin, Maese Carlos de Andrade, Mistress Joella of Blue Lion Peak, if you please attend their majesty.
I have heard all of my life that it takes a village. And the last 9 months has proven that to me beyond a shadow of a doubt. Everything good that we have done in this spring has been largely because of the amazing, amazing group of people that have supported us. From the top to the bottom of this kingdom, and from the east to the west of our part of the city. From Great Western War to Pennsic, from the Citadel to Fat Courthouse. These people have come out of the woodwork and given their time and service and love to hold us, to help us, to carry us when needed. and we could not have done this without you. I fear that there will be people in the kingdom that I have missed, and I issue a large apology. I will thank as many people as I can over the next few weeks to months, but the people over the last several events that have been the most instrumental in making sure that this reign was a success, I wanted to recognize them all with my This is but a small token, and it is not enough. But I love all of you, and I could not have done this without you. Thank you all.
Three cheers for the service of these fine gentlemen. Hip.
Your Majesty. I think, stop that woman! No, no, this is perfectly fine. There's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, we want to make sure. We want to make sure because attempted regicide. Oh.
I can explain!
It's just, oh.
I can explain!
I have to.
Shenanigans and tomfoolery?
I look, my face looks like, that's not me.
I believe this is the incorrigible anti-wet.
I happily, comfortably, send His Majesty into the north and find himself thinking, oh, but our people will take care of him and remind him to treat the throne with the dignity that it deserves. And then, as the weekend goes by, I start receiving messages that are not very significant.
In my defense, I was left unsupervised.
Yeah, Jose, I thought that you
It happens. I'm ready for you this time.
I did not need to know about that. I of my life without knowing about it.
As most, if not all of you know, what is a massive problem? We know. And frequently a large pain in my posterior. But as all of you also know, all of that comes from a place of immense joy and love and fun and service. And she is one of the people in this kingdom that many of us look to when we're having a bad day, when we're struggling, or when we just need to talk to somebody who we know will be kind and loving and tender, and sometimes disruptive as hell. But for all of that, when I hold no malice in my heart, and on this day, I will pardon you for your crimes against the crown. And on this day, I name Auntie Gwen our official kingdom troublemaker.
One and all, from the north to the south, from the west to the east, and in all corners of our kingdoms and unsupported departments, where the perpetration of shenanigans, tomfoolery, mischief, royal troublemaker.
Beautiful regalia that His Majesty is showing off is the work of the Honorable Lady Gonzalez.
That's entirely up to them.
Three cheers for the joy Auntie Gwen brings. Hip, hip. Your Royal Majesty Camille, Maestro Michelangelo, Francesco di Genoa.
And his family. Many of you remember just a few weeks ago when we recognized Michelangelo's years of work on the rapier field and within the rapier community. And sometimes an amazing piece of art like this just takes a little bit longer. But we wanted to make sure that we recognize the artist and the man and presented this pretty quick basketball, actually. And let everybody know how amazing our artisans are and how much we value Michelangelo's work and fighting and joy. Thank you for glad we were finally able to get this to you. Oh, and scroll by Mistress Angel.
Cheers. All right, Michelangelo. Hip, hip. Your Majesty, the event steward has announced the report. dry fuels out there. We do not want to set anything on fire. So please, if you're going to go smoke, please leave the area, like leave the building, and leave the apartment. Yeah. All right, so the schedule for today is going to be whatever starts after court. There will be a donation lunch, so we're accepting donations for the Royal Travel Fund. If you brought something for the lunch, there are tables in the back of the front atrium right outside these doors. You can put your dish on that table. You can get it set up and be ready when court is done. And we'll announce when it's open. So please keep that in mind. We have some arts and sciences stations today. They are set up on both sides of the room. There's fiber arts, wire weaving, brewing, bookbinding, scribble, bardic, and glass. So please go check out those tables. Some have little projects you can do. Some have little demos for the bardic, which will be over in this corner. There are some musical instruments that people own, so talk to them. But there will also be performances on the 30-minute mark. There is a sign-up sheet at this table, and there will be a little circle who's performing over there. First come, first serve. If you run out of a spot, then maybe next time. So, otherwise, there is a lot of circles and meetings on the schedule, starting right after court. Kingdom officers first, nobility, sheriff, Laurel, Pelican, defense, and mark. If you can't remember, you can always come ask me. We will also announce them. There will be, on this corner over here, there will be a Viking grave photo booth that is going to collect donations for the war truck to the golf. So if you want to go have your photo taken, there's going to be a setup and some props. So it's run by Lady Kura, so that'll be over there. In this far back corner, the Mongolian Dell shop will be open for shopping, and those donations will go to Kerguelen's Baronio Fund. And then Sunday will be the tournament. The heavy tournament will be first, then the rapier, then the cut and thrust. It will not be here. It'll be at the Roosevelt Memorial Center in Longmont. The address is on the website. It's in the building, like the rec center building, not at the front. And we will need people to help set up the floor in the gym. So if you, especially if you're a heavy fighter and you want to help out, we would love it if you come early and help us put down the floor so we don't step up their floor. I think that's all I have. So if you have any questions, come find me. Go talk to the gate. There you know where to find me. Thank you.
over 2 or 6. Such has Apollonia, whose steps have taken her from nearby stables to pastures far across the sea. Wide is the fame of Apollonia, thanks to the elegance of her footwork. A master must strike with confidence, no matter how she be armed, and must stand ready to defend herself and her mount from all manner of weapons. Such is Apollonia, rightful bearer of scarves of white and gold. A master must know that just as great prowess requires much work, so does a great society, for such things are not built by valorous deeds, but by the steady work of many devoted hands. Such a servant is Apollonia, who toils for crown and kingdom with silver gilt heart. A master must strive to create beauty in all things, for only through such praiseworthy feats does one bring glory to creation. Such a craftswoman is laurel-crowned Apollonia, who by the skill of her own hand creates art from hide and leather. A master must dare all fine things and never despair. So comes Apollonia, vanguard of the Outlands cavalry, free of debts and obligations, having proved her skill on foot and horse at an open prize before these assembled masters, to answer her summons this day.
Dahlmeister Apollonia, at our crown tournament, we asked you to contemplate elevation at this order, and to give answers to that question at a date and time of our choosing. We now request your answer. Will you take your place amongst the peers gathered around you, as we believe is right and proper? This pleases us greatly.
Bring forth the collar. Members of the Order of Defense wear a white livery collar as a sign of their rank and station, and as a visible marker of the high ideals which the Order represents. By our ancient custom, let it be passed amongst the members of the Order here assembled, through their hands and by their sword. Has the history of fencing been out? All who wear it share an obligation to uphold and advance history. Let this act serve as a sign of your inheritance of this obligation, and as a sign of your bond with them, and them with you now and forever. Your Majesty, may both of the female collars be passed.
to her worthiness.
There is. I think Sir Gideon McLeod died 25 years ago in the prison of Montreal. And I had faced her on the field for many, many years. I wish to speak about prowess, how when we fight on horseback, our footwork is our mount, and that is a partnership. And when we fight on horseback, tempo is entirely different and requires great skill as an equestrian and she is absolutely wonderful. Every time we face on the field, this is a wonderful contest of real speed and skill, and I find her inspiration very much my favorite. I also have a gift. It comes from the equestrian laurels of the SCA. These spurs were made by Master Jamali Redbeard, the first equestrian laurel of the SCA, for my lady, Mistress Gregory Duncan, the second equestrian laurel of the SCA, who wish to give these to you as the fourth equestrian laurel of the SCA, and the first equestrian.
We would hear from one of her peers in the order of the laurel.
I am Euler von Pannenbaum of Unstiora. I'm a master of the laurel, a long-time equestrian, a long-time livestock, and a lion of Unstiora. I am going to talk less about Apollonia and more about the situation we find ourselves in. It was almost 40 years ago when I was last before this court of the outlet. I was the champion to Carlana of Antiora when the first three white stars were off the first the signing of the white star tree. That was a momentous occasion for the SCF. It set a precedent that has helped the society for many, many years and brought us to a point that we can be very, very proud of. The same thing is happening today. And I wish to thank your Majesty, and especially the masters and mistresses of the Order of Defense for having the forethought, the wisdom, the courage to be the first martial peerage to recognize someone for the skills and arms that they have on horseback. This will have a profound impact on our society. And I am glad that I am here in your kingdom for the second time. There's something so groundbreaking as this. For you, Apollonia, we've known each other for a short period of time, only about 10 years. And as a laurel, I actually consider you my superior. And the skills that you have brought to society in this 400 course, that have something else to do with it. You, my dear, ride the horse.
Thank you, Master.
I will do my very best.
We would ask a member of the Order of the Pelican to speak upon her diligent service.
I am Jocelyn Kimberly. I also have a nickname in the world language. And I'd like to speak about the service of the Health and service is a labor of love. And it is very obvious that Apollonia loves what we do, not only in the equestrian field, but also in the field. I've been all over the known world, all different events and things, and I've seen Apollonia there, bringing this amazing new activity that we have to show everyone else what it is that we're doing in the equestrian world. But not only has she been teaching and trying to get everyone else involved and interested And she knows all of these things. She brought people together, she laid up all the wonderful things we needed for the activities, and to really get it right and finally bring it to fruition so that we can all enjoy it throughout the year. That is a city. I believe that Hannah is definitely one story. And she deserves it.
Would a member of the Order of Defense speak to the worthiness or place behind them?
The next speaker, I am Master Demont Dante, premier member of this order of the Army. And I would like to speak to this order. Few people have shown the capability to research, recreate, love, and express joy with the energy of work into this art and the arts that she practices more than the vast majority of us. And as such, the worthiness of this order is unquestioned. It will be an honor to have it. But as others have mentioned, we as the order have long discussions about the nature of our order, about where exactly the order of defense wants to be, where we want to go. And we, as the order of the outlaws, have decided that this really absolutely belongs among us, and hopefully will help us lead the NCA in this. And as such, we totally recommend their solution.
We now call for testimony from a member of the Order of the Mark.
Your Majesties, I am honored to speak to the Valley of Apollonia. As I have known her for many years, her knowledge and practice of animal husbandry have given her many traits that are valorous. Courage and bravery come first to mind. Dedicating herself to her animals and her family is a full-time job, and yet she finds time to give to all of us. When I introduced equestrian archery to the Outlands, she not only supported me, but she learned how to shoot from horseback and encouraged other riders to learn as well. I am very grateful for her help, support of archery. I'm very grateful for her support of archery and the equestrian arts over the years. The equestrian community can tell you that her motivation is infectious, and when she sets a goal for herself, you better get out of the way. She has helped to expand a variety of riding disciplines for our kingdom to an elite level that is the envy of the known world. This is just a small example of her selflessness and dedication to the well-being of others. On so many occasions, whether it's through her arts, her equestrian knowledge, or her skill in light weapons, I have seen her share hard-earned knowledge freely, naturally becoming a leader and a person of influence through kindness and the acknowledgement of others. Valor is associated with moral strength, trustworthiness, and virtuous conduct. These are strong traits that are so common in the light weapons community, and Apollonia fits seamlessly, starting with the desire to learn, then later a desire to teach. Apollonia, you are so incredibly multi-talented, and your personal growth has set a great example over the years, full of examples of valor for all to see. Your Majesties, on behalf of the Order of the Mark, we feel that Mistress Apollonia is a strong example of valor and fully support her elevation to the Order of Defense.
Will a royal peer speak to her virtue?
I'm Pam Bren, of everywhere, it seems, but always and forever at the Outlands. I've known Apollonia a while. I was there during my reign. It was during my reign that she brought her horse to Balmore.
member of the populace of the Outlands for 39 years, and equestrian for 54 years. I speak from Mrs. Apollonia. Lords and ladies, nobles and gentles, populace of the Outlands, soul of the kingdom of mountain snow, desert sun, and open steppe, like the meltwater, the thunder, and the wind in the grass, today I speak with your voice. I praise to you now the horse warrior, Apollonia, to remind you of all that we value in her and her deeds, her heart and her prowess, her scholarship and her generosity, and her sacred bond with horses. Many of the great, well, that's the good part, it won't skip ahead. Our ancestors lived close to the earth and all the creatures in it, king and peasant alike, and neighbors of dogs and cattle, horses, hens and hawks, goats and swine, elephants, camels, and most noble of all, horses. Yet most folk living in the modern era find these creatures strange. Apollonia has, through great love and effort, rebuilt the bridge between humans and our animal kin in the Outlands. She shares the beasts under her care with the people of the Outlands, bringing us closer to life in the period that we recreate, and reminding us how such bonds enrich our lives. Noblest of these bonds is the partnership of the warrior and the warhorse, who must trust one another with their lives in the tumult of battle. Warrior and steed share their courage and strength, speed and cunning, and together become greater than either one alone, one heart, truly of air and fire. Apollonia's equine companions have shared their wisdom, majesty, and kindness with Outlanders through many years, teaching some to ride, teaching some to fight, teaching horsemanship and history and empathy. Here are their names, as famous as that of their mistress. Lucy, her daughter Kitty, Phoebe, Vinny, Blade, and now Mason. Many of the great tales and heroes that form the essence of our society and their teams. The heroes who ride to the rescue, quest for magic or truth, the cavalry that saves the day or conquers the world. Their names are many, from history and legend. Lord of Farid, Louis Rosen, Bradamante, Joanna of Flanders, Hippolyta, Pantaloon, Jean d'Arc, Ethelfled of Mercia, Eowyn, Gwenllian, Latona, and many, many others unnamed. Women on horseback, armed with swords and brave hearts. Apollonia has brought these legends from the mist of myth to shining reality before our eyes. She has, through effort and study, become one of them, a living image of strength and wisdom and nobility to which we aspire. With the Outlands, she has given life to the reality of history and inspiration of its ideals, and most especially, horse girls and sword girls and women who long to be the hero who lives in their hearts and lives in Apollonia and her steeds. Child of my heart, thirst of your kind, lead that others may follow. We are proud that you are an Outlander. We thank you all for your
Having heard testimony from these peers, and more beside, we find Stallmeister Apollonia worthy of the rank of master and of membership in our most noble and distinguished order of defense. We would now hear you take your master's oath before us and the members of your order. Bring forth the sword of state.
Master Meister, we call you to bear witness to the word, and charge you with ensuring
and the people of the army.
A fencing master requires a sword. Bring it forth. Please, let us pray. Swords may use to attack and to defend, to maim and to shield, to teach and to censure. We charge you to wear your sword as an outward representation of your prowess at arms, and use it to foster and promote your art, to protect the weak and disadvantaged, and to guard your queen and your king.
Bring forth the champion.
Absolutely.
The union of horse and rider is a sacred thing. Take this champon, that all who come across your mount may know that when you ride them, you fight as one.
Your Majesty, at this time, I would renew my oath of allegiance.
We are pleased to receive it.
This day do I renew my homage and fealty to my sovereign lord and lady, Simon of Arden, by right of honor, Rock and Red, who will, day, or hold, remain my leader. I will remain true in all ways, serving my country. This do I swear, by my own honor, and by the high ideals I hold here in this land. So say I, so master, excellent, optimum,
We once again accept your homage and fealty, and renew our pledge that from this day forward, until the end of our reign, you are our liege woman, that we will honor your orders and defend your rights as peers, that we will protect the trust that you have placed in us, mighty with justice, tempered with mercy. Arise, Checkmeister Apollonia, newest order of the member of defense.
Wir, Simon und Aria, König und Königin des Südlandes, da wir gut gehört von unseren Getrieben Apollonia Zahnstrecker, so ist unser Wille, die heben den Eden und sie lösen dem Orden der Wehr. Auch heben und bestätigen wir heinet das Wappen das vorhin gegeben war von dem Colloquium Amorum, mit diesen offenen Briefen, das ist azurblau, ein Rose sitzend zwischen Dreh-8-Fluten im Silber, das Meisterin Apollonia haben soll ihr eigenen und sonderlichen Druck durch die ganze bekannte Welt, sie einem Zeichen der hohen Wertschätzungen, in der sie gehalten wird. Sie dem setzen wir unsere Hand an dem 17. Tage des Jänners, im Jahr des Hotelkarte 60, das ist 2026 noch gregorianischer Zahl. Simon, König, Avia, Königin, Andreas Weißer Hirsch, des Königs Herold. Scroll by Valeria Caprielli.
Your Majesty, call forward Lady Marisol of Artel. Marisol, I hope you're resting today. Every time we see you, you are running somewhere, getting something done, helping out people who know they need help, helping out where you haven't committed to help, but just wanted someone else.
Smile on the face.
And we wanted to thank you for your service.
London and Orient, on and high at the outlet, to all its singulars and greeting. Whereas Marisol of Arkel is a gentle person whose service has shown forth to the enhancement of the common weal, it is our pleasure to admit her to the Order of the Stag's Heart. We grant her the right to bear the insignia of the order, to wit, there a heart orb between the attires of Stag's head, Cabas Argent, attired within a bordure and battle war. In witness whereof we set our hands this 17th day of January, and the Societatis 60 in 2026 Gregorian. Signed in Ra, Aria Ben, the scroll is the work of Elspeth Moneypenny and Mistress Redorsula.
Three cheers to the service of Lady Marisol. Hip, hip. Your Majesty, their Excellencies of Fair England have a gift for your court. Saraswati Abhinima was here to be able to recognize. Three cheers. We're gonna put pizza ice cream.
And a very great thank you to Mr. Saraswati. Even though she is not a member of the Outlands, she has provided great service for us during this reign, and we thank her immensely.
I should call forward Sir Jose Taberna de Cocamata and Maestra Genevieve Meyer. There are no words for your friendship, companionship, support, love, advice, helpfulness.
Late night phone calls, early morning phone calls. Yeah.
So the only words I have to say are, it's fun.
You are both so dear to us. You have spent so much time being there for us when we needed it, helping us. I'm just overwhelmed.
Ladies, the words of silence by right of arms, law of the Outlands, and Orient, by grace and courtesy of man of the Outlands. Let it be known unto all that in consideration of the good and faithful services rendered to our kingdom by our subjects, Jose Taberna de Cocamata and Genevieve Meyer, it is our intent to confer upon them this day by creating them as Baron and Baroness of the Court of the Outlands. All rights and privileges pertaining thereunto, including the acclaim and praise of which they are so worthy. In witness whereof we set our hands this 17th day of January, the 60th year of the Society, the 2026 Gregorian. Signed in Ra, Aria, Ben. Baron Jose Scroll is the work of Imania. Baroness Genevieve Scroll is a work in progress. Huzzah.
Three cheers for their excellencies, Jose and Genevieve. Majesty call before them the Order of the Golden Lamp.
this really meant when I began wearing it at the beginning of this class. I think I have a better understanding now because of the amazing members of our equestrian community, and especially thank you so much.
Heed now the words of Simon and Arya, Ra and Rein of the Outlands. Let the good tidings ring out like the beating of hooves of the fierce jesters upon the hardened earth, so all may know that through exceptional skill, knowledge, and service to the equestrian arts, Teresia Toma has greatly enriched our realm. It is therefore our pleasure to prefer and admit her by grant of arms to the Order of the Golden Lance of the Outlands. By our hand this 17th day of January, Anno Societatis 60, being 2026 Gregorian. Simon Va, Arya Ven, the scroll is the work of the Honorable Lady Kokachin and myself.
I have begged the favor of their majesties. 6 years ago, Mistress Arabella gave me this belt as her emperor. And I answered like my master. Thank you. And I return this belt to you in trust until there's a new emperor.
Three cheers for the Honorable Lady Teresia. The majesties have need of Mr. Saraswati.
Sometimes you meet a person and immediately know that they are a singular individual. Before this reign, I did not know Mr. Saraswati at all. But through the course of our reign, she has provided work and beautiful, beautiful works of art for us to give out and to supplement our already overtasked scribes. Thank you all, scribes, again. I'm not sorry for what I put you through. But I am incredibly grateful to all of our scribes for the amazing hard work and all of the beauty that they have brought to our kingdom and to our populace members when we have been able to get them awards. And Saraswati just continues to give, and I would like to recognize you.
For Mr. Saraswati and her service, three cheers.
have a representative?
And to all who come by these waters to be Simon and Aria, and then at the outlets send greetings. Whereas it has come to our notice that through diverse great efforts, Amani Renas Karake Kush has considerably enriched our realm. It is thus our pleasure to recognize the achievements with an award of arms. We further charge Lady Amani Renas to consult with herself and our heralds to determine suitable and unique arms that she may bear these arms throughout the known world as a sign of her great merit. Done by our hands on this 17th day of January, and the Society August 16th, 2026 Gregorian, Simon Ra, Aria Madden. Scroll with the work of fairness, favor, and faithfulness, Alexandra Lucasina.
Three cheers for Lady Amani Renas. Hip. Your Majesties have need of the companions of the Stag Club. Your Majesties call forward Lord Gerbrut of Unterhofen.
How robust. You've only been with us in the kingdom for a relatively short period of time, but you have already made yourself known. You've already placed your stamp on the kingdom, and you have impressed us mightily with your fervor, with your joy, with your incredibly unfighting, and just the fact that you are an amazing person and an amazing addition to our kingdom. One of my all-time favorite memories will be fighting this young man at BBB in 4 or 5 inches of snow. While he was not wearing a shirt. Thank you. I really look forward to you continuing to grow in the society and taking on new and more and bigger responsibilities and getting to be a better and better fighter because you are so joyous about it. I know that you will just continue to work hard to be better. And so for that, we would like to do this next one.
Whereas Gerbrut of Unterhofen has displayed great skill in his acts on the field of combat, it is our will that he be admitted to the Order of the Stag Blood. His great merit shirt, man. I tell that all the time.
Your Majesty, call forward the order of the stag. Sometimes you have conversations with someone, sequel conversations, lots of work, lots of fun, and you get assumptions about places where they belong. And suddenly you're like, "Wait, what? I thought they were fun." Yeah. Your Majesty's have need of Meister Andreas von Meister!
He has gone above and beyond his role as a kingdom officer. He has worked, he has helped. He is a veritable, constant moving machine. And when we discovered that this oversight had happened, we thought it was important for us to correct it because he has done great service to the populace, to the kingdom, and to ourselves personally, and he has earned this in our lives. And we want it many times over, and we wanted to recognize it.
Flames, lodges, with the devil. Let it be known by these temple letters that the Simon and Aria are and claim these mighty outlets in due commendation and greeting. We hope not only to embellish, but to increase the dignity of the outlets of these title of honor amongst noble, discreet, and valiant persons. Wherefore we have directed our regard and our consideration to Andreas von Meissen, who has rendered to us and our kingdom not only useful, but fruitful and honorable service. Hence we do prefer to create him by grant of arms a companion of the stag. Barely signaled the order. Left two stags combatants, sustained between them, all our results, order and Grail Lord. Done by our hands the 17th day of January, and by the 16th, 2026 Gregorian. Simon Bob, Aria Ben, Stroll is the work of Sisters in Hard, and Paradise
He has to sign his own scroll.
Three cheers for the service of Meister Andreas. Your Majesty's have need of gold, service, and beyond. I didn't know. You may not know that when I asked Princess Ibarra to be head of my guard and retinue, that the next 6 months, 8 months, 10 months of your life were going to be very difficult. And what do you miss? Because you're always here. You're always quiet. You're always
came to her one day and told her that it was time for her to marry. But being headstrong, he allowed her that she may have one condition to determine who her future betrothed would be. And so she went to her gathered populace, one much like this, and she said to the assembled suitors that she would have need of them to bring their finest feathered beads. And so the first suitor to go out traveled the land far and wide, knowing that he needed a beast that would impress her, that would bring her the most joy and delight. And so over mountains, through valleys, rain, snow, driving wind, he searched. And finally, on a fine, glistening pond with waters of purest crystal, he found a paddling mallard, feathered, resplendent, iridescent, gleaming in the light. And he knew that this was the bird. And so he dove in, grabbed the bird, and traveled hardly back home. The second suitor, seeing this, said, "Oh, that is too much effort for some noble girl. She's surely to be impressed with anything I bring her." And so, under the guise of night, he snuck out to the pond in the royal paddock, found himself some mere drake, a green feather, some broken feathered skin. It did not matter. He was surely to be picked. He was the richest man in these noble lands. And so he flocked his bird and brought it back. Finally, the third said, "So, they have it all wrong. They're going for mere creatures. I think she's looking for something that would festoon her table, something fine, something grand, something good to eat." And so he went out to the pasture, saw the finest gander, fattened, lovely, sure to delight any dinner table, and snatched it up. Finally, all three assembled on the day in which she was to take her betrothed, and she saw the offering. And she said, "Gentlemen, I have asked you to bring me a bird. I have asked you to bring me something that would prove yourself worthy of my hand. But it seems instead you brought me a duck. Duck!
her sartorial splendor, made to honor Roi and Ren, came the seamstress named Lenore. Seamstress she, and yet much more. Knowledge seeker, ever seeking, in musty storerooms archives keeping, sharing research and revealing secrets found in tomes by score of ancient and forgotten lore. In fine gown, her own creation, passed before the population, honoring the proclamation Crown had made 4 months before, came the seamstress named Lenore, came unto the crown before. And this seamstress, wise and knowing, still is sewing, still is sewing. With the work her deeds are showing, shall her brow be unadorned? Quote the laurels.
Lenore, have you undertaken to accept companionship in the ancient and honorable order of the world that was offered to you at Albron Champion? Pleases us greatly.
Bring forth the medallion. Let this medallion pass from hand to hand among the members of the Board of Directors to symbolize the bonding we shall have in each other. While we have others speak of Lenore, there are some things that I would say. I met this amazing woman when she moved to the outlet a few years ago. She was still recovering from some trauma, but she came out, introduced herself, became a part of this ceremony, had a similar traveling history to myself and my husband, never resting for very long in one spot. Yet everywhere she rested, new clothing sprang forth, people learned, and she helped bring beauty when she so needed it. We started talking, we started welcoming her into our local ceremony, and she immediately made an impact. We had a local Southern A&S event, and as Maestra Genoveva had been offered for the Order of Defense and wanted a German ceremony, this amazing lady stood all day at that event and patterned anyone who wanted to make a German ceremony for that elevation. When you see photos of that elevation, or if you were present, almost every gown there was either made by this woman or was patterned by this woman, who then spent countless hours helping new tailors learn how to make complicated had grown. In wisdom, generosity, and equitable conduct. Seeking not only excellence of craft, but fairness of accent and justice of judgment. The true hallmark of a faith.
Assembled here, we now hear your words, and have you share them without thought.
Sir Jose Taberna de Torquemada and Sir Bjorn Hawkson, representatives of the Order of Chivalry.
Anyone who needs it will immediately be struck. Dr. Buchanan, you will be true after you close off the dark side. Just always Christian, and hopeful, and very sincere to us, to the government, and to the courts, to recognize it. If you share the best with us, today, speak of orders of chivalry, and with before us, and before you of the order. I come here not to wish her accomplishments, but to speak of the virtue I've seen in her life every day. Fortitude. Fortitude is often something reserved for the battle. The strength to stand firm in the face of hardship, opposition, ridicule. But fortitude is also not only found there, but also found in other moments of conflict. The daily living, practice quiet, retreat, and not execution. Lenore practices fortitude every day. From the moment I met her, both in society and out, she has been someone who's work carries weight. And she's done what she said she was going to do, even at top of her time, her energy, and her time. She gives of her knowledge just as freely as her strength. I've seen her support the Order of Chivalry, to the clothing she gave for fighting, and the clothing she gave for others. Work she created with care, with purpose, and with understanding, and ability, and right honor. And through that example she set, she showed us even those not standing down, tied us and lived us on the battlefield. A bond for the community. Caring for others, shielding the weak, bearing the hardships of the others we not bear. That's the kind of courage that is not step, but is. And so the Lord said, before us today, I can say without hesitation, without reservation, that she truly works in the name of heaven. It is my honor to fully endorse this candidate for the Order of the World and the Order of So say the
Master Noman de Alsis and Duchess Jacqueline Alstein, representatives of the Order of the World. Your Majesty, my friend, Lenore is known. She is known by her skillful work, which shines beyond so many lands in which she has lived. She is known for her discerning and evil eye, seeing beyond the surface of our forebears' works to create visions of detailed depth and beauty. Leonore joyfully joins the endeavors of others, elevating those projects and uplifting them far beyond the initial vision of a humble Irish Senegal into glory
She shares her knowledge in 1,000 ways, both obvious and subtle. Ready or not, you will learn things. Anyone who stands still long enough will find themselves the recipient of your friendship, of your art, of your generosity, your majesty, the paradox, and she is
Bizarre.
Your Majesty, I met the lady before you on the capitalized banjo. And though she may not remember our circumstances, I remember everything. She was an amazing inspiration in the room, not only for but her personality and the feelings that she brought to that place. She makes a amazing clothing. Not costumes, but clothing. Clothing that's successful and thinking about it. It is inspiring not only to see her clothes, but her attitude through much like I could go on and on about it, but I think more important is she doesn't very much when you look together now. And always has a smile on her face, no matter what maybe going on. I mean, that she is not only my child, but she will see
Bizarre.
Batista Aishi Alramaya and Mr. Simha Medusa, representatives of the Order of the Pelican.
I carry word from Simha bin Yusuf. Greetings all from on here. I send these words on behalf of my friend Lenore. Her talent, artistry, and skill are well proven across the known world and back again. But today I would speak to her generosity. She gifts her knowledge and time freely so that others can learn, and bestows her wearable works of art both near and far to old and new friends alike. Good, gentle, Lenore is one of the most giving and hardworking people I know because that's just who she is. She is a light to many, guiding, inspiring, and supporting those around her. Your Majesty, Lenore is my hero. And I myself, Aisha al-Humayna, I rise to speak on behalf of the Order of the Pelican. Lenore's art and her knowledge is freely given. Her art is service. Her service is in art. For these reasons, the Order of the Pelican is honored to stand in support of Lenore's induction into the Order of the
Bizarre.
Maestro Genevieve Meyer and Mrs. Emma Rosette, representatives of the Order of the French.
I'm Groffman, Emily Rosette, mistress to the Order of the French, and from Osceola. With your Majesty's permission, and the esteemed Order of the Laurel, I do have first for of the eight virtues of the Order of the French, I would speak to your devotion. Devotion, a feeling of love or loyalty, commitment and devoted effort to God. The persona you see standing before you today is wholeheartedly due to at a Gulf War many years ago now. She saw the most amazing sonic dress I had ever seen outside of Kingston. So with my best southern and my AOA, I approached and I said, "Your dress is so pretty." And she giggled. Oh my.
now knew more about the persona I wanted to have. Didn't I? I thanked her for the advice and the time, and we both went about our day. The next day, after a long time on the field and fighting, I got back to my tent and on my bed laid the dress that I so admired the day before. I was truly speechless, grateful, and hoped that someday I would live up to the advice she had given me. Leonore's kindness, passion, generosity, skill, and commitment in the art has only deepened over the years. Her influence has not only grown my interest in the arts, but so many others throughout known people around the world. Leonore's devotion to the arts is a mark of a hero. Your Majesties, all gathered here today, our society is better because of Leonore. So without hesitation, I say to your Majesty, he is my favorite. Thanks, God.
Let's go.
Your Royal Majesty, here in gentle populace, I, Mistress Karma Tinson-Condro, today on behalf of the Order of the Mark, for the elevation of the Honorable Lady Leonore to the Order of the World. We, as an Order of the Mark, hold dear the values of precision, balance, selfless guidance, and service to the realm. We see these same virtues shining brightly in Lenore's mastery of the arts of cooking and sewing, arts that sustain and adorn our community with the same care and exactness that we bring to every shot and task. She has sewn since she was 2 years old. As one shining example of her skill, she devoted 9 years to the deep study and recreation of women's clothing from the skilled sewing. Her work, including the needles she used and the iron she used, were all period. Her work, born of meticulous research and historical craftsmanship, was begged to be displayed with honor at a museum in Spain. Throughout her entire life in the SCA, spanning 14 kingdoms, Lenore has embodied inclusion and diversity. She welcomes every voice, teaches generously, and ensures all feel seen and valued in our society. In the Mark, we aim with purpose toward self-mastery and toward the protections of others. Lenore has struck true again and again, nourishing bodies, clothing souls, and uniting us all. On behalf of the Order of the Mark, we celebrate her elevation to the world. May her wreath forever reflect the balance, precision, guidance, and service that enrich our lives.
Let's go.
That's all.
Gentle peers, we thank you all for your lifetime. Bring forth lightning, the great sword of stand. Leonore, you have been deemed fit for this highest stage by your peers, and have indicated your willingness to accept this honor from our hands. Do you now swear by all that you hold sacred, true, and holy, that you will honor and defend the crown and kingdom of these outlands? That you will persevere in the pursuit of excellence in these arts and sciences, mindful that true mastery is measured not only by skill, but how it is shared.
That you will teach the speaking people, striving to remove barriers, so that all who seek to learn may find welcome and opportunity.
That you will honor and respect your peers of the chivalry, of the laurel, of the pelican, of the defense, and of the mark. Valuing each path as equal in dignity.
I will. That you will conduct yourself in all matters as equal, practicing integrity, equity, to the benefit of your own dignity and the greater good of the all. I will.
Then having sworn these solemn oaths, know now that we, Simon and Aria, by right of arms, law and red of these outlands, do proclaim you to be a companion of the ancient and honorable order of the Lord.
Let the medallion be brought forth. Take from our hands this medallion, which bears the laurel wreath, that is the symbol of your work. Wear it as a reminder that honor carries responsibility, and that excellence is made greater when shared with you.
Bring forth the wreath. This wreath represents the noble plan. From which your order takes its name. Long has it been a mark of excellence. Today, let it also stand for balance, fairness, and the shared triumph of community. Wear as a sign of the esteem of your companions in the ancient and honorable order of the Lord.
Not only have you long demonstrated excellence in your art across many kingdoms, but you have provided us
with many exemplary services throughout our reign and beyond. As you may notice, this is because as we name you a laurel in this church, we also name a baroness.
Here shall act at all times in accordance with its chivalric virtues of honor and service, conducting themselves with courtesy, responsibility, and care in all interactions.
Up here shall be responsible steward of resources, safeguarding time, funds, property, knowledge, and goodwill, and using them wisely for the benefit of the common weal.
The care shall fairly deal with others and shall value and respect the worth and dignity of every individual, recognizing that all persons are deserving of equitable treatment and consideration.
Up here shall practice inclusiveness and respect diversity, welcoming differing backgrounds, abilities, identities, and paths within the society, and working to remove barriers to participation.
Up here shall actively promote and uphold a safe and respectful environment, taking responsibility for their own conduct and intervening when necessary to protect the well-being of others.
Up here shall act with transparency, fairness, integrity, and honesty, being accountable for their actions and decisions, and continuing to be worthy of the trust placed in them.
Up here shall maintain a harassment-free environment in all society spaces, either engaging in or tolerating harassment, intimidation, or abuse.
Up here shall avoid conduct that reflects adversity upon society or its members, understanding that their behavior, both public and private within the society and its context, reflects upon the honor and peerage of the SCA as a whole.
It shall please us to accept it.
This day do I venture, homage and fealty, to my sovereign lord and liege, Simon de Armas, my right of arms, house and rank and right. Will, this day forward, to my liege lord and liege, I will remain true in all ways, serving my lord, and striving always for fair, this do I say, swear, by my honor, and the ideal, I will be true. So say I, to myself, with all pleasure, to the will of the
That's all.
We accept your homage and fealty, and pledge to you that from this day forward, until the end of our reign, you are our liege woman, that we will honor your authority and defend your rights as a peer, and that we will protect the trust that you have placed in us, mighty with justice, tempered with mercy. Arise, Maestra, and let the scroll be read.
Be it known to the present age, and to all future
Go now and greet your peers. Always remembering. Vita, Vera, Pulcra, Est.
For Maestro Lenore, hip hip. Their Majesties call forward. District Appellation Airwalk. My lord, ladies, head crown.
Over the last number of months, many of you have heard me refer to Adelaisa as my emotional support baronet. Beginning from the time Gwen tried to kill me, Adelaisa has been there, either on the thrones, in the royal room, or by our side in so many other different ways, doing so many amazing things for this kingdom and for us personally that I cannot even dream of being able to number them. And for everything. We are just the latest in a long line of people that you have served and helped and been there for. I had no idea 9 months ago that during this reign I would gain so many wonderful friends, and that I would gain one in particular that I know that I can count on in any situation. That will be there, that will work, and that will be an example of others for how to do this, how to represent, and how to give of yourselves graciously, kindly, and in so many other ways. And for that, you are my walker of the way.
We are therefore minded to name her a walker of the way of the outlet. sable, that all may know of our high esteem. By our hands this 17th day of January, and of Society Toddus 60, being 2026 in the common era. Signed in Va, Maria Ven, the scroll is the work of Mistress Angel.
Three cheers for Mr. Catalina. Walker up the way. Thank you all. We are so excited for the celebration that will be the rest of our days, for two such amazing and glorious eras, and for everything that all of you have taught us over the last 9 months, because we have learned so much from everything you have given and all of your work that we could never do.
We love you more than we have words for. And we are extraordinarily excited to have Lafgardi Ready become our heirs, for they are amazing people. And we know that we leave this kingdom in good hands with them, for they are great leaders and they will do an amazing job. But I ask all of you, in the way that you have helped us, please be there to help them. Because there are many times during the reign that the way is not always clear. And that kindness, support, and sometimes a gentle nudge in the right direction can make all the difference. So I thank you once again, and I charge all of you to please do everything within your powers to assist our heirs in what I know will be an amazing, amazing night. Thank you.
The Majesty call for all who have served them as guards or attendants. Thank you all so much for everything you have done to help us live. And we look forward to having the opportunity to serve all of you. Three cheers for the service of these fine veterans of heaven. The Majesty call for their advisors, Dr. Ua Fornariye and Mr. Columbia Shaw, heads of house. Mrs. Karma Tinjatandra, largesse coordinator. Maestra Leonor Cuerva de Segovia y Avila, mistress of the road. Mizuno Kiku Obama Kinsei, captain of the Queen's retinue. Lord Nicholas Radio Student, chef de cuisine. If we look good, it is because of you. Three cheers for the service and counsel of these fine gentlemen.
Honorable Lady Teresia, my time as the patron of your order is drawing nigh. I return to you this sash so that you may honor the next king.
Her Majesty calls forward the Honorable Lord Angus Montgomery Forrester, Archer of the Iron Rain, and Outland's Royal Archers. Honorable Lord Forrester. My time and all of your community for teaching and welcoming me. Thank you. To deliver these to others, that they might know the honor of taking the people. Her Majesty calls forward Master Reese Paul Flynn, defender of White Star. Master Reese, my time as the patron of your order has come to an end. The defendants of the White Star have ever protected and respected. You have not said. In my opinion. Please deliver this to us, that they might live up as to you. Your Majesty come forth in their window of ours and ready to crack to them. I place in your trust the thoughts and words of our God, to the theme by your hand, and all those who have George's authority. Your Majesty, some of the landed nobility of the Outlands, all who sought you here and execute our rich trust, Baron and Baroness of Fairton, Honorable Lady Adriana, Baroness of Alvaron, Meister, Sherlock, and Magister Adelasia, Baron and Baroness of Dragonfly, Meister, Maese Carlos, and Mistress Joella, Baron and Baroness of Citadel of the Southern Pass, Countess Chica and Mistress Sophia, Baronesses of Unterhofen, Master Wolfgang and Romeo Rowena, Baron and Baroness of Tergala, Sir Tigger and Mistress Audrey, Baron and Baroness of Partal.
Your Excellency, we thank you for your continued service and leadership within our realm.
We ask the colonial club that our heirs may know the value of peace.
Thunderhead. For Valerian, we do entrust into your noble hands Thunderhead the Great Apple, ancient symbol of Outland, and you have ever guarded our traditions and work. That you may deliver him into the hands of our rightful heirs, that they may use him to maintain the rights and prerogatives of the Outland. Mistress Karma, we give into your keeping the Outlands War Banner, a symbol of our valor. Maintain and display it proudly, so that you may deliver it into the hands of our rightful heirs, that they may fly it and call to arms. The might of the Outlands and its allies. Countess Anstis.
Letiarna Grania O'Pare, Blue Iris Herald, come before the court.
hard work, you have been a gift to us that we can never repay.
There really is not enough in the world. And even if you like this service, they run it
And to the kingdom.
and to this kingdom by faithfully reporting all of our acts. All-
By guiding us through every stage.
Every elevation.
The level of preparation, preparedness, skill, and care that she has displayed were beyond our wildest dreams.
I wanted to recognize her in the way that said so love with an augmentation of arms.
Of our special grace and from our certain knowledge of the nobility and worth of our subject, Grania O'Hare, we wish to recognize their services, long and faithfully rendered to our realm, with their mad organizational skills and uncanny ability to anticipate and fulfill requests of their majesties before they seem to ask for them, and their extreme critter naming skills. We do therefore confer unto them an augmentation of arms, the expression of which is to be determined by the Honorable Lady Grania after consultation with ourselves and our heralds as to the most suitable form. Given under our hands this 17th day of January, Anno Societatis 60, being 2026 Gregorian. Simon, Raw. Arya, Red. Scroll by Angel de Evergon.
This was a show of gratitude for the work that she provided to our people, which was immense. In addition, we would like to thank her for the service that she has provided to us personally, and make her for the barony of our court.
And to all who come by these letters, let it be known unto all that in consideration of the good and faithful service rendered to our kingdom by our subject, Grania O'Hare, it is our intent to confer great honor upon them this day by creating them as a baron of the court of the outland and in all other lands as well. They confer upon Grania all rights and privileges pertaining thereunto, including the acclaim and praise of which they are so worthy. As testimony whereof, we have set our hands on the 17th day of January, in the 60th year of the society, being 2026 in the Gregorian calendar. Simon, Ra, Arya, Red. Scroll is the work of Massimiliano Baron Ergele.
That has given service beyond anything we could have asked. And for that, we thank you.
For Baroon Grania, 3 cheers. Hip hip. Huzzah! Hip hip. Huzzah! Let the Queen's champion, Sir Christine Royale, come before this court and company.
Thank you. Advice and protection. I know you will be as honorable and steadfast for all time as you have been. With your waiting, be my escort on my street.
Sir Jose Taberna de Torquemada, would you attend me, please, sir? Thank you for bearing our sword this day and on so many others. We do ask one more thing of you. That you might see this sword into the hands of our most worthy heirs. We do entrust into your noble hands the great sword of state, light, the symbol of our might, and means of protecting this kingdom. Guard him well, as you have ever guarded our name and honor, that you might deliver him into the hands of our rightful heirs, that they may use him to defend the outlaws. Maestro Jabal, Master Damon, Don Servia. I would have you await my queen and to attend her one last time. Your Royal Majesty, return to us your crown, knowing that its return is right and honorable, and represents a responsibility well fulfilled. We will join you in a moment. But there is one last duty that we must perform.
Your Royal Majesty, your heir is here to take his rightful place in Outland's history.
Let Hrothgar Manamak come forward.
another of the things. I am grace and courage, sword of battle. I am grace and courage, Lord of outlandish.
Oh, hail the Lord of outlandish!
I am the Outlands Arts and Sciences champion. I am the dread lord of all Argonia. I come now to take the stag throne, which I have won for the honor of my love, Ingrid, and to be invested in that high estate which my victory has earned me this day.
We, Simon, by right of arms, king of the Outlands, having recognized this gentle man as our sole and legitimate heir, as our successor to the throne of the Outlands. Your Royal Highness, if you would be king of the Outlands, place your hands upon this crown and swear the words which will bind you to your duty.
I, Raka, swear by this crown to administer justice amongst all my lands and among all my subjects. I swear to endeavor to rule wisely, sparing no effort to fulfill my duties as king. I swear to defend the principles of chivalry and to guard always that my peers remain honored. I swear to reward loyalty with gratitude, fealty with honor, and oath-breaking with vengeance.
We, Simon, by right of arms, king of the Outlands, do hear your words and accept your solemn oath. We crown you, Hrothgar, by right of arms, king of these Outlands.
Hold your king!
Your Highness,
Outlands! I am Ingrid. I am your crowned princess. Raised in the mist of the north. Hardened and tempered in the lands of the west. And rooted
by your belief. I am here to serve once more, should you have me. I am grateful for the trust that you have all placed in me. Thank
His Majesty wishes the populace to be seated.
Your eyes, if you be queen of the outlet, place your hands on this throne and swear the word which binds you to your duty.
I, Ingrid, on this crown do swear to maintain myself in a courtly manner as befits a queen, being always an inspiration of grace and chivalry to all my populace. I swear to be just in all matters, rendering faithful counsel to my king.
You hear your words and accept your solemn oath. We, Rockdog, by right of arms, king of the outlands, crown you, Ingrid, by grace and favor, queen of the outlands.
I am sworn to give this sword only to the one true heir of King Simon. I have witnessed the ceremony and recognize you as Hrothgar, King of the Outlands. Onto his Majesty's hands and out of the lightning. This sword, thus the Outlands, is a symbol of swift justice, hold it with wisdom and mercy. Present, this one should be released.
Let Duke Walric de Blakeney come before Her Majesty the Queen.
Duke Walric, it shall please me if you have resolved to accept the office and style of Blue Island Senator, to serve as my personal servant.
It would be my great honor to serve at your Majesty's grace.
With this honor, bearing my royal arms, I do invest you and create you Blue Island Parent. Remember always the great worth of Baroness Peregrine of Montrose, the first White Stag Principal Peril, of whose arms your title of honor comes to.
Here, here.
Her Majesty is called before them Sir Gareth Lightbourne.
Sir Gareth, your wisdom, courtesy, valor, and friendship have secured for you an honored place as our champion. We give into your keeping lightning, which has been since the dawn of time the sword of kingdom. Guard him well, as may you ever guard our name and honor.
Their Majesties call forward Sir Michael Patrick McBain.
have a loyal friend and confidant. Someone I may trust to guard and protect my heart with the fierceness of a man and the heart of his word, who would speak to me the truth, tell me what I need to hear, and hold my confidence when I need you to hear. Is this acceptable? I thank you for the honor you place in me. Will you join us in
Huzzah.
Oh, I'm not. There's Blair.
Your Majesties, representatives of the Order of the Chivalry, symbolizing Outland's history, the Order of the Laurel, representing the arts, the Order of the Pelican, standing for justice, the Order of the Fence, standing for equity, and the Order of the Mark, standing for valor, await your pleasure.
You shall receive the